So what made you get into art in the first place? Like, how did you decide,
Well, I was about 3 years old, and I still have sketches that my dad saved.
Oh.
My grandfather was an artist, and my dad said I wanted to know who got the artistic ability within the family, because I was one of 6 siblings.
Me too.
And I kind of took it from there.
Was it crayon?
Crayon, yeah. I still have the sketches. He saved them.
What had you drawn?
Just very kid-like.
Okay.
Okay. Has the pandemic itself affected really like your art or how people perceive it maybe?
Well, the one thing is I'm close. I believe in science, so yeah, I'm close.
Right.
And the art-wise, I'm still doing the art that I love to do.
Do you think it's changed the way that you're doing your art though? You don't think that maybe you're maybe getting? I think everything you do is beautiful. I'm looking at everything.
Yeah.
There's like a little fairy over here, and I think everything you do is incredibly beautiful. You don't think it's getting any more dark because of it?
No.
Good. I'm glad. I don't want you to go dark.
Yeah.
No, because I'm an introvert, and I love this. I wish it was always like this.
Just stick everything out the window for sale.
Yeah.
Come get it. Slip the money through under the door.
So yeah, I don't have no problem with this isolation.
Okay.
Wearing a mask.
I've never met you, but I think I knew that about you.
Yeah.
I can see that maybe on your Facebook.
Though I can understand how it could affect certain people.
Yeah.
Very social people. I can be either. I was a stand-up comic, so you have to be semi-social, but in my real life, I'm not. Can you believe that?
You can act social.
Yeah.
I am. When I want to, I can be an extrovert, but it's only pretending.
Because you do what you have to do in life. I think I get it too.
Yeah.
I love that.
Yeah.
That's how I got out of my shyness as a kid. I'll pretend. I'll pretend that I'm not shy.
Yeah.
And it's working.
So when you were like maybe a little kid in school, was it harder for you maybe in school being this artistic?
Yeah, I wanted to draw.
Yeah.
They held me back in first grade. That's all I did was drawing.
I got held back.
It's a hard grade.
Yeah, because he's like that. He works with that musical mind, and he was always humming and always
Always drumming on stuff.
Yeah. And people would give me like drums and things, like I don't want to say who, but a ex-family member of his, and she would give me these things for my kids, thinking, oh, I'm going to make her mad. And I said, oh my God, I'm so happy, because I wanted my kids to be musical. I'm musical. My whole family's musical. She didn't realize that, and I thank her for that today. Yeah. But yeah, I thought, artistic kids, not autistic, artistic kids have it a little bit harder because these teachers want them to do
break that habit.
Want them to do what I want you to do and when I want you to do it. But you're thinking of this thing that you saw 2 days ago, that you have to get on this paper right now because it's in your head.
Yeah. You're trying to grasp the idea of learning for their questions, how they're doing it. I remember not fully understanding the way that they talk.
I'm so sorry. It made you who you are, but that's sad.
The Montessori way of school. You learn everything, but you really focus on what they could excel at.
Yeah.
I like that.
So I excelled in art class. I excelled in gym class.
I think all boys do.
Yeah.
I like science.
Yeah, me too.
But math, science is creativity.
Yeah.
It takes a creative mind to see what you're onto something. So a lot of people that creative like science, math, really 1 and 1 is 1. It's 2. I mean, what can you? There is no ifs, ands, or but. But that's what kind of. But there's different ways that you can come upon these things, which Now, when you draw a portrait of something, what you're doing, I didn't realize it at the time when I was learning, but you're actually calculating all of these ratios, where the eyes should fit, the nose, everything's corresponding, and you can automatically do it. Well, you can take someone who's really good at math, and they'll struggle at it because they can't calculate those things as quickly and smoothly as you can.
I'm not good at math or.
That's how.
But I was wondering, like, is there a little bit of like geometry or no?
Yeah.
Okay. Because it was.
And ratio, the distance. There is the width of the eye. There's the distance between the two eyes.
I can draw stick people.
Yeah, me too.
There's little things and such when you're looking at, and whatever it is, people or anything like that, you're calculating all these things.
Okay.
Like for me, musically, a lot of people don't realize, especially musicians, is that 4x4 tempos, that's you're counting 4 beats and you have to calculate, okay, so this is this and this and this.
They say that music helps children in math. It does not.
Yeah,
he has a math learning disability, as did I, but no one knew. They didn't know that stuff back then. So you don't have like any kind of like math learning disability or anything like that. You're just artistic.
Yeah, well, it's what interests me. I mean, I could have been very sharp at math if it interests me.
Yeah. That's me. I don't care. You can tell me that 1 and 1 is 2, but you can't tell me why. That's where I had a problem. I always needed to know why.
Yep.
And they can't tell me why. That's why I couldn't learn it.
Speaking of being a little kid, the first piece of art that I saw you create was on the wall here, the baby angels. And I was wondering if there's a story behind why you painted those little angels.
Which ones were they? The ones on the very, very top?
Yeah.
I did those back in 1997.
That's when I was
the year you were
born.
Oh, okay.
Yep.
Yeah, the Catholic Church over there, those were sketches off a church in Italy. I think Raphael did those. And I was just trying to fit within the community that I'm in.
Hi.
So yeah, most people liked it. There were a few people that were upset about it. I don't know why.
I don't either.
I don't either.
They're angels. I have angels tattooed all over my body.
Usually tells people reveal themselves by what they see.
Yeah.
The raw ink spots.
Yes.
Psychologist years ago would show a patient something, and if they see something in there and it's not in there, and they're telling them what's deep inside of them.
Right. Like if I saw all happy things, maybe, which I probably would, because I think I'm pretty happy. But then they would say, oh, she's a pretty happy person. But then if you came in and said that's a demon and that's a demon and that's a demon, maybe you got a few demons. Yeah.
Yeah, they're able to get to the root of the issue, especially with children.
Yeah.
They can't, articulate what they're feeling, but a lot of times with adults, they just don't. It works well. They don't necessarily will reveal it in words,
Right.
but they will reveal what they see.
Or maybe what they're living. Yeah. My favorite one was the Princess Diana, because I always kind of felt like I understood her. I had eating disorders like her, so I understood her, I felt like. And then when I saw how beautiful that was, I just said, oh, my girl.
She was up there for about 20 years. And
I loved her.
I took her down because it needed, it was peeling and stuff like that. It needed to be painted.
How long have you been here? What year did you move in here?
I've been on Gratiot since 1988. I moved into here in 92.
Oh, wow.
I was down next door over there for a few years before I moved over here.
And how were you welcomed to the community?
Huh?
Were you pretty welcome to the community then?
Yeah.
And you moved in from, did you have a shop before that? Or no?
Well, I had one down the road. Moved in there May 1st, 1988. And then February 1st, 1989, I moved into a couple stores down from here. And I did very well. And once I see this one open up, I think in 1992, I immediately went to the owner and I was able to rent it for him. And a few years later, I was able to purchase it.
I'm glad. I think this is a good spot.
Yeah.
I love the wall.
Yeah, I
Control
like the wall.
Control my desk.
Yep.
I like that.
Yep.
I control my. You remember that?
Yeah.
You remember that.
And I think you and I both know the story about the nun and
Yeah,
the
but
nuns.
why don't you share your story about the nuns on the side this time?
Yeah.
Well, I painted them because the year before I painted Mary, a big portrait of Mary, and every one of the nuns, the name was Mary, the first name or the middle name was Marie, which is a derivative of Mary, and I thought that fit well. And again, it reflects to what I see across the street in the Sacred Heart Church.
Yep.
And I know you were pretty upset when there was talk of it becoming a storage facility. I think a lot of us.
Yeah,
in
I
the
was very
community-
upset.
Yeah, we were all
It
pretty.
would destroy downtown,
Yeah.
and we have apparently we have scared away the storage unit company because of our insistence that it will not be a storage unit, and if it does, we normally will use it, we'll protest it.
Yeah.
And once they seen that wouldn't go away, with my angel time showing up every night,
Yeah.
protesting on it,
Yeah.
I do a program at 8 p.m. every day on my Facebook Live feed that shows the church and we speak about it. And I was getting a lot of publicity in different forums and such like that.
Yeah.
To bring the notion together to save the church. And so yeah, we've temporarily have scared away the storage unit company, and we are looking for another company to move in there.
Yeah. I
Repurpose the church.
Yeah, I was gonna
I
say
do
hopefully
have-
somebody that's because I love like it's a historical thing for Roseville, and it's been around for so long, and it just kind of upsetted me that they don't even care that this historical landmark is just they don't just throw it away. Yeah.
and they had the little daycare.
Yeah.
But back he went to that daycare.
Oh, okay.
And I'm like that's what bothers me so much. These kids were kids. Now they're adults. And these little kids look to this as that was my comfort as a child. So
And it's a landmark to people. It's a beautiful view. I mean,
I love seeing it.
yeah.
When I see it, because I'm a transplant, I told you, from Westland. I grew up in Westland my whole life. I was raised a Baptist, which kind of makes me laugh that all of my siblings are something else religiously. I'm the only one that I think stayed a Baptist, probably because we started that when I was 4, and so it's all I've ever known. But I love Catholic churches. I've always loved their architecture. I love to see them. I love to pass them. I feel a sense of comfort when I pass them. I think pretty much most of the people that I have been involved with are Catholic, so that kind of rubs off on you a little bit. But to me, that is beautiful, and I want to see that until I die.
Yeah.
So,
It's very solid.
yeah.
It will be. It ain't going to
My ex-husband and I,
We're going to make sure it goes.
we used to do weddings. We used to do videography for weddings. And we did a wedding there, and I remember standing in there thinking, I never thought I'd get to see the inside of this place. And I went, wow, it's amazing, and I wish more people could see the inside.
Yeah.
It's vast. Well, it will be.
I hope so.
It will
I
be
really,
repurposed.
I don't know, like, I know some people had suggested a musical venue.
The building was built for sound.
Yeah.
So the music would be a wonderful choice.
I think I'd want to hear a little bit more about what kind of music, maybe.
I like jazz, blues.
That would be beautiful.
Yeah.
That would be nice. How your art is it things that have touched you?
Yeah, it can be, yeah.
Okay. Because my sister, like, I know that we used to go to Niagara Falls every year, so that was always the basis of her art. And then she just kind of stepped away from it. Like my dad, like I said, my dad really discouraged us. I wanted to be a teacher. I wanted to teach special education, and I never got to do it. And she wanted to be an artist, and she works for the phone company. I did end up not being a nurse, but working.
You can be, just because someone says, don't go to art school because it's a waste of money, you can still pursue the arts.
I really wanted to.
I didn't go to school for years, and I would love to do it, but there wasn't, unfortunately, my family didn't have the money to send me.
Right.
So I learned it myself, and
I think it's always important to.
Anyone can be, if you use an outside reason why you can't, it's just an excuse, because anyone can be an artist.
I can't, but I'm glad that you did.
Well, because you told yourself you can't.
Oh, I've tried.
Well, you got to keep on trying. It isn't like American Idol where you just sing a song and all of a sudden become famous.
Well, see, but I know I can carry a tune, but I know that I can't draw a straight line.
Because if you know that you can't, then you won't.
He's true. You used to give classes, didn't you?
I can't draw straight.
I can't.
But your art is just so amazing. I mean, I just. But didn't you used to have like a class or something that you did on Saturdays, or I think
before the coronavirus.
Yeah. How did people? Did you have a lot of people signing up? And
well, I kept it to a minimum.
Yeah.
We only had so much space.
Yeah, it would be, and not only that, I think it would be hard to teach 40 people as opposed to.
I have a lot more sympathy for teachers.
Yeah, I bet.
There's a big difference between 10 people and 25 people.
Oh God, yeah. And everybody wanting your attention at the same time.
No, they didn't listen. Oh, I love it. They want my attention.
See, I would have to have somebody over me the entire time because I would be a big baby.
Well, then your work would turn out good.
I would what?
Your work would turn out good.
Yeah, because I would want it to.
Well, because you're paying attention.
Yeah. Yeah.
Most people come in here that if you don't want to listen to me, 9 out of 10 of them train wreck. It's horrible.
And anything I've ever tried in life, I took the class first because I wanted to know what I was doing and I wanted to do it well.
And the 1 out of 10 that doesn't listen to me and turns out good is because they're already creative and already an artist and everything like that. So it works best that way. But certain people should listen.
Yeah.
And I don't force. I don't yell.
I think that's a good way to teach. Don't force.
I should make suggestions, and then after they make a mistake, I'll let them know. Well, if you would listen to me, that wouldn't happen.
Yep.
But then I also say you can fix it.
Right.
There's nothing that can't be fixed.
Right.